Hi guys, welcome back to Prepping in Free America. If you like what you hear here, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be the first kid on your block to know what craziness I'm talking about next, hit the bell icon with all. And leave comments, folks. I need to know what you're thinking. I had a long, lengthy conversation here a while back, a couple of weeks ago, with a lady from my church. Now, let me tell you where her thoughts are. Where her thoughts were. She looked at me and she said, "You advocate prepping, right?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "What's going to keep the government from coming in and getting my preps? Why am I prepping so they can come take it and give it to everybody else?" She had a point. Good one, too. But see, let's go back to where her thoughts came from. 1994, Bill Clinton signed into law the anti-hoarding bill. Now, it was not originally designed at us because we weren't, in 94, there were survivalists, not preppers. So people didn't think much about us. Oh, I've lost another one. Oh well. But they didn't think much about us. Oh, just what I need. You ever notice how nothing seems to be on your glasses, and then all of a sudden you look up and something's on your glasses? That's what just happened. And the dogs are outside, so I can't blame them. I guess it's just a space-time continuum. Okay. Guys, he signed it into law. And what was going on at the time where we had just come out of a bunch of bad hurricanes. And they were catching people selling generators for 2 and 3 times the amount, and you know the same old crap that goes on every time. So they signed the anti-hoarding law into effect. And I'm going to tell you that the federal government will not come into your house and take your preps. Notice I said federal government. State may be a different situation. They may give the order to confiscate excess food from people. Now, who's going to decide what is excess? Some unpaid, moronic raider, and I'm going to call them raiders, who doesn't have a brain in his head to work with to start with. They're going to probably go county to county. And they're going to leave that up to the county sheriffs and law enforcement and the local FEMA directors or emergency management directors of the area. Number one, quit talking. We're past the point of talking. People are not listening. I realized that a while back. Number two, your family's going to know. Your brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles or grandparents, they're going to know who's in the family who preps. Hell, I go to a family meal anymore, and the first words out of some of them is, "Don't you dare say a word to us about prepping." I went to supper with family members for Father's Day, and I didn't say a word about prepping. My brother looked at me and he says, "Are you disenchanted with prepping now?" I said, "No." I said, "You guys aren't listening. You don't care." His wife looked at me and she said, "Can I use your Sam's card? I want to go out and buy a few things out there at Sam's." And I looked at her kind of funny and I said, "Why would you want to do that?" She said, "You're right. You've always been right. He's living with his head in the sand. Things are getting crazy." My sister-in-law, my sister-in-law is Brazilian by birth, American by choice. She's a very proud woman. Love her to death. God, I love her. She's a wonderful lady. Smart, too. Her brother lives in Argentina. And he's always telling her sister to get prepared because, what's going on in Argentina is coming to the United States. It's kind of like a plugged up sewage pond. It just starts rising. And when it finally rises high enough, it gets to your neck or over your head. Yeah, it'll if they do, it will be a county, a law enforcement official from the county. Now, who says they're going to give it to the needy? I got news for you. Down through history, tyrants, and I call people what they are when they start taking from the hard-working people. You're a tyrant. When they start taking from the hard-working people, that's when they get called tyrant. And nothing says they're going to give it to the needy. They may take it to their own damn home, split it up among the officers that collected it, and say, "Our families are going to eat good now." The heck with them. Do not trust some of these people. I know the deputy sheriff from the sheriff from over in Potter County. 6 blocks away. Amarillo is split by 2 counties, Randall and Potter. I live in Randall and Potter. I know the sheriff over there. He's a decent old boy. He's a good Christian man. The new Randall County Sheriff, I don't know him. I've never met him. I don't think I've even laid eyes on him. So I don't know how he'll react. Now I know how some of his deputies will react because I've run into a couple of them boys out there at work, and they think they're just God's gift to the human race. One of them lectured me one night out there at work about, he saw my weapon on my hip, and he says, "You really don't need to be carrying that at your age." And I looked at him and I said, "What do you mean at my age?" And he says, leave it up to law enforcement to come protect you. And I have one answer when people say that. I generally look at them and say, when seconds count, law enforcement's always minutes away. He didn't like it. Folks, with that being said, keep prepping. Stack it from the floor to the ceiling. I'm really expecting to start seeing food prices almost double by the end of the year. By this time next year, what you were paying, let's say a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese for $3. I wouldn't be shocked if that same box of Kraft macaroni and cheese was $6 or $8. This inflation is going to drive people to the point of theft. We're already starting to see it around here. Some of the craziest, I mean, we've seen stuff around here that we've never seen before. Because people, they're scared. It's the best way to put it. I had a guy last night come in out there at work. He looked at me and says, I got $7. Can I get in for that? And I said, he had a whole carload of people. And I said, no, sir. And he said, what's it going to take? I need a little help. I'm a poor man. And I said, we're all poor men. And I said, and you probably voted for the guy who is making us all poor. That guy looked at me funny, and he says, you don't mix words, do you? And I said, no, sir. He said, okay. They went to the ATM, came back, got more money. Guys, things are going to get tough. Friday, we're going to talk about packaging up your stores. Now, I'm having to stay indoors now until the doctors get through with me. I got real dehydrated. We don't know why. My blood pressure was down real low. I didn't feel bad, but I had no energy. So we're going to be doing this here in the junk room. Or if we do it, it'll be early of the morning or late in the evening outside. And I'd rather be outside, personally myself. So, Friday, we're going to talk about packaged foods. Next week, we're going to talk about the fallacy of the gray man theory. And I'm going to tell you a story about what I saw during the Rodney King riots of '92. And guys, I'm telling you, everything that's going to come out of my mouth on that deal will probably shock you. So, guys, it's better to have this stuff and not need it than need it and not have it. Keep prepping, folks. And with that being said, have a blessed day. I'm the Ancient Warrior, and we're out.